from thehannibaltv.com with a quick follow-up to my news from earlier tonight before Jack Kilby did an interview with the Pope, who, by the way, apparently turned off his own video, strangely enough, before the podcast, which I've never had anyone do before, so that's definitely strange. But Tammy Sytch, aka WWE Hall of Famer Sunny, her trial date has supposedly been set either for this month, there's conflicting reports, August 21st or September 18th. This is related to her deadly DUI manslaughter charge where she killed 75-year-old Julian LaFrancis and arrested on 9 charges. If convicted, she can face up to 30 years in prison with a minimum sentence of 4 years. She could face up to $10,000 in fines. Her defense attorney, Stephen De La Rush, filed a motion back on June 16th to stop representing her because she had not complied with the terms of his agreement. In other words, he requested to get off the record with her legally, and he was granted this request on June 23rd. By the way, Abdullah the Butcher's lawyers did the same thing. They requested to stop representing him. People do that when they know they have cases with people that are not only more likely than not guilty, but are difficult to work with. Sytch had entered a plea of not guilty to DUI causing death and other charges stemming from that deadly traffic crash in Ormond Beach, Florida. So that information is courtesy of the Wrestling Observer, PW Insider as well. So safe to say, within about the next maximum month and a half, she'll be going to trial on that, and it appears it's going to be a trial by jury. I'm no expert on the case, so we'll see what happens. Freaky, my experience with her in Great North Wrestling was she was not nice. She was not nice. She was not drinking at that time or on drugs. She was professional, but she was not a nice person. I can tell you that. I can tell you that. Um, but that's my experience with her. As far as the charges, I wasn't there. I'll base it. I can tell you, she has a ridiculous amount of DUIs, probably close to Marcus Bagwell's, who, by the way, funny enough, and I give up on interviewing him again. Um, he apparently through DDP agreed to do an interview with me a couple of times because he wanted to show he's changed or something. Which, by the way, he was in jail again last month, but he's not doing it. So I love DDP. I'm not. I just don't want. At this point, I'm not. I don't care anymore. Best of luck to Buff Bagwell, and I hope. I mean, I hope that the family gets justice. 75 years old is not that old to pass. In wrestling years, it's old, but my father's 75. I mean, and his father lived to be almost 85, so you can live. I mean, there's people that live to be 100 or more. And from what I understand, this person that passed away was in the education system and had a family. So it's a sad day. I don't wish anything negative on anyone, honestly, other than Abdullah. I hate him. And he's personally caused me a lot of issues in my life, so I do hold a grudge. But for Sunny, I can tell you, she wasn't trial date. Oh gosh, I made a spelling mistake. Sorry, pal. It happens. There's more polite ways of putting it out there. There you go. It's Canadian for trial date. I think most people understand it without being rude. But thanks for watching. I'd rather have you rude and watching than not watching. So have a good night. I'm calling it quits for the night. I'm heading to bed. Have a good night, everybody. Good luck to Sunny on dealing with that. I mean, maybe one of the reasons why her lawyer dropped her was payment issues. Who knows? It's a bad situation for her. It's a really, really bad situation for her. But hopefully, no one else is going to die due to her continuous DUIs. Which at some point, it's only elementary. It's only math. If you keep drinking and driving under the influence or driving with pills, eventually something bad is going to happen. Okay, you can only be so lucky sometimes, and bad stuff has happened to her. But we've said it many times, even before this manslaughter thing happened, that eventually this was going to happen. Sadly.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates. Follow us